Something perhaps that you haven't heard yet about gun violence in the United States is that it's everybody's problem.
If we're all harmed by firearm violence, then we all hold a responsibility to solve the problem.
There's a tendency to treat them all as the same. A gun is a gun is a gun, rifle, revolvers, pistols, and not to take lethality into account.
Focus on the product, the firearm, the handgun, the rifles. These are products manufactured here in the United States. They're distributed. They need to be regulated. And regulating this product is similar to what we do with cars.
Starting with the narrative is really important. And that narrative comes from data that researchers do, but it also comes from community discussions. It comes from what we hear from our policymakers. It comes from what we hear in the church.
I believe that we could create a public health campaign that focuses on gun violence reduction using narratives of individuals that have experienced firearm violence.
There are about 400 million firearms in the country, more than one per person. People who have a history of violent assault or domestic violence, people who have a history of substance use disorder or are likely to harm themselves should find it harder to get access to guns in moments when they might use them for self-harm.
One thing we all can do to reduce firearm violence is to ask about safe storage. Safe firearm storage means storing firearms locked up and unloaded.
If we don't invest more in community violence intervention, these hard-fought gains that we've seen in recent years with gun violence going down at historic rates, they will go up.
Social media, I believe, should be viewed as a new neighborhood where communications and posting of texts and images and live streams can be a conduit for firearm violence.
Too often we talk about it as an us versus them problem, that there's one group that wants to see it continue and there's another group that wants to stop it. Literally everyone in this country wants it to stop.
Although we have 46,000 deaths each year in the United States from firearms, it's important to approach this as a problem that is preventable. With the right kinds of interventions, the right kinds of supports in communities, and the right kinds of policies, we can really reduce the toll from firearm violence.